Hello, hello. So, I yesterday hosted a tournament with a 2v2 tournament and a single faction. So both sides play the same faction. No, not both sides. Both players of one team play the same faction, or the Subcommanders format, if that's more a word to you. And yeah, it differs from the usual domination in some ways. We had some special rules. First of all, is that the supply gain rate is cut in half, so that both players together get as much as a single player would gain. Um, and but people have to adhere to the unit caps. They can only with both together to the unit caps. So the army in the end looks like a 1v1 army would look like. Only one caster that can actually use spells. Only 3 Lord or hero characters in total. And yeah, the goal was to make it as much as a 1v1 as possible, but have it played with 2 players. And yeah, I think this format comes rather close to it. And now enough explanation on this. We have here Vamp Counts versus Slaanesh. And Slaanesh has come with a shrine with a Mortis engine. Once it's stacked with enough kills, it becomes a Mortis engine at least. A Herald of Slaanesh with a whip. Nakari without any spells, since only one spellcaster per team, but of course with the considerable combat prowess. And some Chaos Warriors and Marauders, and a unit of Fiends. Fiends currently very strong. On the other side, for the Counts, we have Isabella with Raise Dead and Healing, and a Blood Chalice, her item, which is, well, another healing, only for Lords and Heroes. And for the other Lord, a pure combat designed Blood Dragon Lord. With, strong combat prowess. Probably together with a Valgolf can take down Nakari. Some Blood Knights here, and a Mortis engine. A Mortis engine that doesn't need to charge, then only zombies for an actual army, so it's just single entities and stalling pieces. Hounds coming out with anti-large. As long as they don't eat the charge, they are very good against the squishy demon mobility pieces or unarmored mobility pieces. And they provide some capture weight, since I guess they want this rather quickly. Crypt Horrors, yes, good piece against Chaos Warriors to grind. Direpack needs to be a bit careful, but as the nature of 2v2, of course, you have double the micro and can do much crazier actions and still keep track of everything. Here the Blood Dragon Lord diving or faking dives for Nakari, or taking some actual dips, but this didn't hit, which is funny. It's flying away but not hitting. A debuff onto the Blood Knights and then chasing with Fiends, and oh, the Fiends rip them. Oh, yeah. Now, this is... that hurt. That hurt. Nakari has the item active with plus 100% damage, and that hurt. I'm not sure if that's good fight for the Counts here against 3 Fiends of all things. But with the zombie as buffering or sacrifice, they managed to pull out. Sadly lost the Hounds over on this side. And where's Modest Chan? Here. Nakari straight dipped out there and came over. Which, yeah, the Modest engine is probably the most important target for Slaanesh to take down. Actually, all those zombies here might come to bite the vamp players because they quickly die and they make a lot of kills to charge this thing here, which is at 40%, and usually it can be very difficult to get it charged up, but with 600 zombies standing around here, it's not that difficult. It's actually more than 600. Oh no, some are left behind. So, I have to see what's in this blob to get closer in. It's not looking particularly good for the Counts here. Of course, those are all just zombies, but also the Cryptors and this mobility endeavors here. It seems like the Blood Knights got a nice charge here for once, but the Fiends can so quickly relocate to this. A lot of zombie summons going down, and those spears here certainly also making an impact. Nakari, not yet her its sword active, but now, okay. The Dragon Lord is getting the Chalice to heal up and also restore the already lost vigor. And jeez, I have no clue how this ends. Demon Nets coming in, good blender unit, and standing fight also good against something like Blood Knights, especially with the soporific mask affecting them and lowering their melee defense. So yeah, those Fiends are going down slowly though. If those Blood Knights would charge back in again, but oh, this is a nice pick here. They yep, run. You need to run. If they get charged by the Blood Dragon, Vargeist and Blood Knights at once, that's just an instant kill on this. But now they can turn and charge in on the Fiends. And they have trouble pulling out right here. Hounds are also as fast as them. And here's a big Mortis versus Mortis battle. Herald of Slaanesh fighting in here. Yeah, I guess she is a good combat character, but also needs to be careful. Oh yeah, here's a Fiend's Fall. And once the Fiends have fallen, the mobility for a while completely belongs to the Counts, and I believe, oh yeah, with Black Knights here, they will make good use of this time. They bought until the Fiends are back, and takes the midpoint, which they desperately need. The Counts don't want to come into the territory where they need triple cap. Oh yeah, isolated Chaos Knights here against this fighting prowess. That's not good. And the Modest engine here, is it fully charged? Yes it is, but it's mainly been just training down zombies all the game, and the other Modest engine, which actually has more value since it could drain down some Chaos Warriors that were mixed in here probably. Yeah, at least Marauders and not just zombies. This method of just stalling the thing with zombies, it did get charged fully quickly, but it also didn't matter. This is interesting. interesting way to deal with this. And now it's, yeah, in a very problematic situation. Going down. Black Knights and the Vargulf, and Isabella's also not a fighter that you can look at her. That you can completely counter. Her combat stats are good, and it's not mainly AP damage, but the damage is still good. And yeah, hard to take down with the vampiric healing. Slaanesh still holding the middle, and the Counts have only a bit left until they get into this situation where they need to triple cap. 50 seconds, but as it currently looks, they will get it. And as it also looks, they would get the triple cap. One thing that is a bit different from 1v1 battles is that the supply rate, of course, is distributed onto 2 players. So if they want to summon expensive things, they have to wait twice as long for it, but then get twice as much in return at once. So it's a bit more bulked up summoning order. What's happening here? Is it just the Hellstriders making this damage? But with Black Knights here countercharging and Vargeist, they won't be happy. The mid is fallen, and yeah, I think the Counts barely avoid having to triple cap. Just barely. But yeah, do we have here the Herald of Slaanesh still going strong, and Nakari also having real good value. The Blood Dragon Lord slowly approaching the heal cap. We've seen him taking a lot of hits, but the Blood Chalice and other healing completely negating it. Isabella still has a lot of heal cap to go, so trying to kill her is probably not gonna work so quickly. Nakari now just running away. It's hard to find the position, and the poison slowing sometimes. Oh, the beguilement. Oh yeah, combat stats are down. That's Isabella's ability, I think. Yeah, here, Master of Beguilement. Or can every? No, don't see it here. Modest Chan at good value and healing cap. Mostly probably healed by its passive regeneration. It gives magical attacks. I don't know. I thought it was just healing. But nice. But not as nice as the Rigor Mortis from the Corpse cards, but still considerable. The Herald of Slaanesh has finally fallen here, and yeah, the Slaanesh player here going for good scrapping, but the end is rather obvious with just looking at how many units are in the field, and still those super healthy, very strong units. In the beginning, it was really looking good for Slaanesh, with Shrine charged here early, but then when this thing got taken down in the full surround, that's kind of the point where it really shifted, I would say. And also the Fiends grinded down here in summons and Blood Knight charges. Right now only one Chaos Warrior and Nakari itself. Still getting value and value, doing excellent with the micro here. Can with only this left can go full micro and just this one unit and take charges and dodge the counter hits. Some devoted marauders here. Now fortifying this point. So that's 1250 before. No, it's literally just 12 points ahead here of having to triple cap, but the counts made the maths and don't overextend and push for that, where they might be actually punished for it with Slaanesh surrounds. Though I think they could afford it. They have 2 strong monsters infantry, a lot of strong beasts still, and the Mortis engine, which Nakari can't really get to. So the counts could take it. Actually, let me accelerate that now, because I think the end is obvious. Just watch Nakari a bit grinding up here. Curious what's the end value gonna be? A few hundred more still in. Maybe no, now fallen. And that's also the point where the Slaanesh player taps out, which I can super understand. It looked fun just microing Nakari there, so I also might have done it until I was forced to stop there. And yeah, GG to both sides. Berserk and Arcrawl, the Vamcounts players, are very strong micro, very fearsome players. So this was a very good contest against them, I would say. The Herald here, yeah, the cultist with the shrine. It didn't work out that well. I also wonder about the decision to not bring Pavane, because the Rampage to get the Dragon Lord or some Blood Knights into really awful positions. If you had the Rampage, I would say the Blood Knights, when they first got caught and there were 3 fiends or 2 fiends and the 3rd one coming in on the field, they would have straight died and prevented this value here. They ate a ton of healing and multiple times ditched some of their allies to get their own asses saved, but yeah, that's the priorities that were made there, and it worked out. Yeah, Vamcounts infantry is not interesting to look at. Modest John in the end get a lot of value, yeah. It always gets a lot of value if you don't take it down. Interesting. Some heavy infantry still left in the reinforcements. For both sides. Kari here really on value. The starting funds are 6,000 per player, so slightly above half of what a 1v1 domination is. But yeah, if you then bring a 4k Nakari, jeez, this unit is expensive. Really, it has to be 4k. Maybe the loadout was a bit too high on it, but yeah. Alright, that's the first one. I have 3 more 2v2s to go, which I'm gonna cast in succession now, but upload as single videos, otherwise the file size will explode. So see you in a bit on the next one.